You wake up in a howling forest in the blackness of night. The adrenaline is already flooding your bloodstream as the panic sets in. You think you hear something crawling in the distance, those snapping branches underfoot. A nearby animal? You can't quite see through the thick bushes surrounding you. Then two intense white eyeballs reveal themselves from behind the leaves. Why is he moving so strangely? Something dark with human eyes is now sprinting towards you on all fours. A horrifying scream rips through the air. You turn around, but it's too late. The native horde of cannibals have already caught their next meaty meal. This is just a taste of the many intricacies Sons of the Forest uses to alarm and unsettle even its most hardcore survival fans. What we will talk about in this video may surprise you. Just how is this god-forsaken island so unnerving? And what devices are at play against us hidden behind the thick brush? Be sure to stay around till the end to understand the final realization which will alter your whole perspective on this new horror classic. Let's dive into these depths of terror together and reveal how Sons of the Forest is built to scare you. You'll feel alone and isolated from the start of the game. Normal life as we know it is built up in community. Strength does come in numbers, and we've built society to protect us, teach us, and calm our fears. We are used to a second set of eyes, always watching our back whenever we're most vulnerable. In Sons of the Forest, normal life is violently stripped away when you experience a deadly chopper crash. After escaping the wreckage, the realization sets in. You and you alone must tread the wild forest ahead. When the last rays of daylight begin to inevitably fade behind thick foliage, that's the instant you'll realize how truly alone you really are. Being unsheltered and unprotected at night, while groups of natives wielding boat propellers are swarming, is amazingly terrible. I don't know about you, but building a half-decent log house to shield myself from the outside was the absolute first priority. And even then I couldn't help but feel that those thick log walls weren't nearly thick enough to keep the natives at bay. The walls aren't thick enough, the fire isn't bright enough, and my jabbing spear isn't jabby enough. And that's one reason this game hooks you in so well and doesn't let go. The primal need to defend yourself when there's no one else to help is constantly on your mind. What's scarier? Seeing a man get snatched away, or hearing a man get eaten alive right behind you. The sound design of Sons of the Forest is unrivaled in immersion. When you're standing next to a bristling river stream, hearing birds chirp and animals pass, playing this game may as well be a real afternoon in Yellowstone, minus the occasional yelling of the cannibals, of course. Sons of the Forest is intent on making you feel as like you're constantly being hunted, and it accomplishes this with its audio trickery. Here's one example. Most of the forest ambiance is around this volume. But around every 15 minutes you'll hear this. She never ceases to creep me the heck out. We haven't even discussed the repugnant sounds you'll undoubtedly discover as you explore deep dark tunnels around the island. You'll hear the screeching of bats and the pulsating of bass as you wander almost like a siren song leading you deeper towards the unknown. These noises will make your stomach turn with every reverberating step. And by the way, don't accidentally smash your club into the wall. You might wake a slumbering demon ahead in the darkness. Sounds like these create an atmosphere of tangible tension. What you can't see, you'll definitely hear right before it lurches towards you. This is yet another degree to which Sons of the Forest goes out of its way to subliminally creep you out. The last and maybe most disturbing subliminal layer of horror in Sons of the Forest is the fear of becoming that which you are against, the monster. This island is a living, breathing character with a villainous quality to it, much like the Overlook Hotel in Stanley Kubrick's The Shining. At the end of that movie, we realize Jack Torrance himself has become part of the hotel. Overtaken by its sinister energy, Jack's worst incarnation threatens the life of his precious family. Sadly, he is only the latest victim of the estate's ominous agenda. In my eyes, our island in Sons of the Forest is cut from that same dread-filled cloth as the Overlook Hotel. Will you retain your humanity, or become a monster just like the other beasts around you? You see, what's most unnerving is the shocking truth that these freaks used to be just like me. In the place of a torso, I see a wide, gaping mouth. In the place of eyes, glossy white skin. There's just enough human left to sympathize and see just how disfigured they've become, and perhaps what they once were. To stray so far from the respectable citizen you started out as on the ride here, to see you now wearing beastly armor just like them. There is a cosmic existential horror in Sons of the Forest that's hard to put a pin on. It's the fear of what we don't understand, as well as our ultimate acceptance that we are no better than the beasts we cower from. What personally scared you the most? I'd love to hear it down below. Sub for more content like this. Thanks, and see you next time.